Ladies and gentlemen, the Pleb is back. In tonight's episode, it appears that Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh are having private meetings to change how elections are done in Canada, and it's not good. As well, tonight, Justin Trudeau's top staffer is currently having a complete meltdown on social media, and I have all the receipts. And in our last story, the farmer protests are still going strong. I have more updates for you guys. You won't want to miss tonight's story. Stick around. Before we start tonight's report, just want to say thank you guys for listening to me and resubscribing to my channel. For whatever reason, YouTube unsubscribed thousands of people from my channel, but we are growing again. I've added over 28,000 subscribers in the last 4 weeks, so you guys smashing that subscribe button is helping counteract this censorship from YouTube. And if you're not subscribed already, smash the subscribe button, because I'm going to tell you the news that the mainstream media is hiding from you. Welcome to your Sunday report. I'm feeling a little better today, actually. I'm sounding better, and we're going to have a fun show. But before we kick off the show, I got to show you guys this video just to give you guys context as to what Canada has become under Justin Trudeau.
Because the Conservative Party under Pierre Poilievre has made it very, very clear that they want to take Canada backwards.
Trudeau likes to say Pierre wants to take us back in time. Let's review that statement. Trudeau was elected in 2015 because people wanted a change from affordability to poverty, a change from immigration to invasion, a change from low taxes to high taxes, a change from unity to division, a change from freedom to censorship, a change from accountability to corruption, a change from solvency to insolvency, a change from leadership to dictatorship, a change from being loved globally to despised, a change from investing in Canada to investing in other countries, a change from harmony to chaos, a change from no protesting to daily protesting, a change from freedom of speech to government-approved speech, a change from hiring on merit to hiring on color and ethnicity, a change from small government to large government, a change from a strong military that protects the citizens to one that is compromised, a change from working healthcare to non-existent healthcare, a change from rich to poor, a change from clean to drug addicted, a change from happy to assisted suicide, a change from educated to indoctrinated, a change from energy rich to blackouts. No one should ever wonder why Trudeau is so hated, but what they should wonder is how this ever happened, and hopefully make sure it never does again.
So this is what our Canada has become under Justin Trudeau. It is not even recognizable anymore. He's destroyed the country. He's destroyed his citizens. And what does a dictator do when he starts to lose control, when he starts to lose popularity? Well, you go ahead and you try to change the rules for the next election. With Justin Trudeau's popularity at all-time lows, his approval rating at all-time lows, the next election looking like he has no chance of winning, what does he do? Him and Jagmeet Singh get together and have secret meetings on how to reform our election system. Shu Davis perfectly says it here, saying, let's get this straight. The Liberal NDP coalition knows they cannot win the next election, so they're actively publicly rigging it under the guise of improvement, right? This is completely unacceptable, and yes, we should be concerned. As I said yesterday on X, Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh are the most corrupt POS duo there's ever been. There's zero chance that this secret meeting was for the good of Canadians or for the good of Canada. Everything these people do is to screw us over and give themselves more power. So here is what Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh agreed to in private, super private secret meetings here. They want to explore the following: allowing an expanded 3-day voting period during general elections, right? So we can't even do it in 1 day. They want to do this in 3 days. Give more chances of cheating. Allowing voters to cast their ballots at any polling place within their riding, and improving the mail-in ballot process with both accessibility and maintaining integrity in mind. Maintaining integrity in mind. Hilarious. Here is an explanation from my friend Yukon Strong explaining what exactly they are trying to do.
The purpose of flexible polling stations is, of course, to open up the door to mail-in ballot fraud. So let's just imagine we have, 200,000 ballots arriving express mail on the last day of the election from China or something. If they all go to the same polling station, that's an irregularity. That's suspicious. But if those same ballots can be distributed randomly across multiple polling stations in the province, much harder to track, trace, and identify. Wake up, Canada. We don't need a change to our elections. We need a change in government.
It's absolutely rich when the left comes out and says things like, Donald Trump's a threat to our democracy. Pierre Poilievre's a threat to our democracy. No, stupid. This is a literal threat to our democracy. Taiwan just had an election and they got everything sorted out on the same day. Watch how Taiwan does it.
This is how votes are counted in Taiwan. Notice how the lady is holding up each individual ballot and showing that this person is voting for that person. Many people are saying that this form of counting ballots is far more efficient than the American way, which is much more vulnerable to fraud, like we saw in 2020. Everybody is looking and watching as the votes are counted, as opposed to something like what happened at Huntington Place in Wayne County during the 2020 election, where people were literally putting boards over the windows so people couldn't observe the count.
If Taiwan can get it done in one day, so can we. Now, we need real laws. We need voter ID. We need paper ballots. We need Canadians at the polling stations, like in Taiwan, making sure that everything is kosher, everything is fine. I know I would volunteer my time at a polling station. How about you guys? Would you volunteer your time to go to the polling stations and make sure that everything is done properly? I think you probably would say yes. In our next story, it appears that Justin Trudeau's top staffer, his new star at the Prime Minister's office, is having herself quite a meltdown on social media in the last 24 hours. It all started when a National Post journalist asked Supriya and other left-wing figures on X to go ahead and repudiate this crap comparing George Santos to Jamil Javani, the candidate I showed you guys 2 days ago. And she responded this here saying, I don't know who you are or who the you're talking about. Like, I'm really not sure why I'm being asked to comment on an account that has nothing to do with me or the government or the party. But yes, I repudiate whatever the F that was. Rahim then responds to Supriya saying, I was literally on the front page of the National Post yesterday. Sorry if that's too obscure of a publication for you. That's a shot saying that you don't read conservative media. Then Trudeau's staffer quote tweets this and says, nope, I don't know her, trying to say that she doesn't know who Rahim is. Then Rahim Mohammed responds to her saying, then may I suggest checking out non-Liberal Party of Canada leaning media from time to time. You might learn something. Oof. Then Supriya gets absolutely triggered by that comment and starts coming out and listing her credentials. Yes, I may learn something from you. I was a columnist for the Toronto Sun, a host on CJAD, a regular panelist on News Talk 1010, a morning show host on AM 640. Please tell me more, weirdo, obscure online guy. Wow. You know, when they start listing the credentials, they are triggered. And then Rahim, with this hilarious comeback, says that face when a Twitter exchange between two Indo-Canadians invariably devolves into overachiever trauma dumping. She's going to bring up her third place finish in the 2002 Mississauga Regional Spelling Bee next, isn't she? Gold. And then Supriya tweets this here. How are you still tweeting at me several hours later? And LOL, dude, I'm out of your league on several fronts. But good to know your parents don't approve of your white partner. I guess really good of you to bring her into this. She's clearly very lucky to have you. And then Canada Proud comes out saying live coverage of a Prime Minister's office staffer having a public meltdown continues. And it gets even crazier. And then she quote tweets Canada Proud saying, "Ah, yes, wherein public meltdowns mean responding to tweets that a random man has tagged me in. Great stuff as always from the incel adjacent crowd." Nice. She's calling us all incels. And then Canada Proud responds, "Did Rachel Gilmore hack your account?" Amazing response. And then she responds this, which is the craziest of all, saying, "Oh God, I forgot you guys have a raging boner for her. I get it. She's hot, but she has a boyfriend and is not interested. I promise you." How does she know how Rachel Gilmore feels about Rahim? Is she admitting that Rachel Gilmore has direct ties to the Prime Minister of Canada? And it gets even more unhinged here as Canada Proud tweets, "Man, how long until Katie Telford, Trudeau's chief of staff, tells you to stop tweeting?" And she responds this, "Probably around the time you're able to make a woman come. So never?" Wow. I do have to pick up my daughter from Sill's place in like an hour though, so I will stop checking Twitter then. And after that unhinged comment, I had to come in and put in my 2 cents and put a ratio on Trudeau's top staffers saying, perfect representation of how unhinged the left has truly become. 419 likes to her 142. Quite a ratio. So yes, Justin Trudeau's staff is clearly melting down. Is it due to the polling numbers? Is it due to his approval rating? It looks like the left is unraveling more and more every single day, and they're only going to get crazier as we get towards the election, and Pierre Poilievre hands Trudeau the biggest loss of his life, a landslide Pierre Poilievre victory in 2025. In our next story, I have more updates on the farmers for you guys, but first, we're going to start with the farmers in Canada as a clip of a Canadian farmer is starting to go viral here, where he has a very specific message for Justin Trudeau.
Yeah. Are you good at it?
Let's see. The farmers have been known to put F. Trudeaus in their field here. As you can see, I believe this is either Saskatchewan or Alberta. Look what is written right here in the field. And there's also this classic out of Alberta. Justin Trudeau sucks ass. Wow. So the farmers in Canada don't like Justin Trudeau, but guess what? The farmers in France don't like Trudeau's boyfriend either, as they are in complete revolt, and I have more updates for you. It appears here that the farmers are now spreading manure on Emmanuel Macron's residence. That's nuts. That is wild. Oh my God. right on Macron's house. Oh my God. The French farmers are nuts, man. They're nuts. And it appears that the French farmers have also showed up to the city of Emmanuel Macron's second home and are now blockading the beach. Wow. Farmers at the beach. And if things couldn't get crazier in France, it appears that the farmers are now tearing up roads. Gotta avoid the copyright music here, but look. Oh my God. Oh my. Oh my. They're literally tearing up the pavement. That is crazy. That is crazy. Unreal. And apparently the people of France are going into liquor stores and smashing bottles of wine that are not from their country. Okay, this is pretty nuts. I mean, I don't condone vandalism or anything like that. I mean, it's pretty nutty, but it's also absolutely based. Wow. And it also appears that Macron is in a panic, as now they are deploying armored vehicles to stop the farmers from coming into Paris. The beatdowns are coming, guys. The beatdowns are coming. So that's the latest out of France, but apparently the Belgian farmers are now joining in as well. I love the honking. Nice. How big is this convoy? Nice. So that's the latest out of Europe, and I'll keep updating you guys what's going on with the farmers in the coming weeks as things still develop. With the world being chaotic right now and so much uncertainty and division and fighting and farmers rising up and protests, we are living in uncertain times. But thankfully in Canada, we have Pierre Poilievre, and he put out this video today that I wanted to share with you guys because it really touched me. And this is how I want to end off today's show, with an absolute message of hope.
First of all, I'd just like to say thank you for coming out to speak with us and not at us, and to learn from us rather than lecture us. I think that we can all appreciate that kind of interaction. My question is, I mean, you've got my vote for sure, 100%. I've been telling all my friends about you and trying to steer them towards it because I really do appreciate your common sense approach and your platform, which I don't know why some people don't believe it exists. I hear you talk about it in question period every day, but it seems to be very numbers driven, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, it's good to have a guy that can balance a checkbook in power, but looking to the future, the issues that really scare me are like social and cultural issues. It seems that we're, divided so heavily along these cultural lines that just sort of happen to the very edges fit into our political landscape. How do you plan to communicate the platform that you're bringing forward to the country in such a way that you can unite the cultural aspects of the issues that are coming your way? Because I feel as if no matter what you do, no matter how good your plan is, we're going to be racist and bigots if we support the Conservative Party, and I don't see a way forward for the country if you can't get ahead of that and unite everybody around the cultural issues along with the economic issues, which you have a very firm and solid grasp on.
How do we put the pieces back together? The answer is freedom. Now, here's what I mean by that. When Wilfrid Laurier was asked what is Canada's nationality 100 years ago, he couldn't answer based on the way most national leaders could. If you had been in Europe, you would have answered based on ethnicity or religion. From France, you would have said French. In England, you would have said English. But in Canada, we were already mixed up. We had obviously the First Peoples. We had French, English. We had Scots, Irish, Germans. We even had Asian peoples who were here at that time. And so he couldn't answer based on race or gender or ideology or any of those things. He said Canada is free and freedom is its nationality. And that's why Protestants and Catholics gouged each other's eyes out for centuries in Europe. And then they came to Canada and lived peacefully. Why? Because Catholics were able to worship freely, Protestants were able to worship freely. And the times in our history where we have made mistakes and where we have done wrong has been when the government has become too powerful and has taken away the freedom and the autonomy of the people. In every instance, all the historical wrongs in our history are the result of government using excessive force and power over the population. But by restoring freedom, we allow each individual, each group, each family, each community to live the lives that they choose to live. And in so doing, there's no reason to fight because everyone can do what they believe right. My purpose in politics is not to take power, but to give it back. to have a small government with big citizens. To have a government, if I were to start a new political party from scratch, it would be called the Mind Your Own Damn Business Party. Where the government does its job, which is to provide roads and schools and hospitals and national security, protect the environment, and then let people live their lives, make their own decisions, think their own thoughts, spend their own money, worship God in their own way, express their own values with their own words. I am not here to run your life. I'm not even here to run a country. I'm here to run a government that does a few things well rather than a lot of things poorly, and allows free people to live and prosper and fulfill their full potential. That is my purpose. Let's make it happen. Let's bring it home.
I hope that video made you feel the same way it made me feel. Some actual hope for the future. We are going to elect Pierre Poilievre next year as Prime Minister, and long live freedom, damn it. All right, guys, that's a wrap here for today's video, but let me ask you these questions. What do you guys think of Jagmeet Singh and Trudeau's secret deals for electoral reform? Do you think they're trying to steal the next election? Also, what do you think of Trudeau's top staffer absolutely melting down on social media? Is this a sign of what else is happening in his office? Is everyone in an absolute panic? I want to know what you guys think in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed today's video, smash the like button, share it with your friends, buy a membership to my channel. My name is the Pleb. I will see you tomorrow. Peace.